So I think if you had asked like 6-year-old Kat what she wanted to be doing, probably would have said astronaut. And that was where I was wanting to go for a long time. I mean, it's taken a different form, but I think that's really where like the love of aviation, that kind of stuff came from. I started in high school, and then as I went to college, a lot of what I wanted to do, like my professional life, or what I thought the direction was going to be, was kind of life sciences. So I studied biology, loved that kind of stuff. Aviation was almost just like this hobby on the side, as silly as that sounds, but I found a great community doing that, and so it was like the more time I spent with the community and around airplanes, airports, like kind of just immersing myself in a lot of those opportunities, I think the more is like, well, we'll just see how far this goes kind of thing. And it turned into like this really incredible opportunity I never thought I'd have in the Air Force. So really pleased about that. But yeah, it was a gradual process. I think I was lucky that I was able to pursue it mostly as a hobby and not necessarily consider it as like a big professional aspiration at the time. And it just, grew from there. It was a newer program, hadn't been established yet. I just heard that it had been pitched to the school district as this is something that we'd like to include as part of the STEM curriculum. And they were on board, which was incredible. The way the curriculum was structured was very much in line with what the FAA looks for as far as ratings. So it was great because it was like a classroom environment. You got to be there with your friends. And then the instructors they had were awesome to kind of instill that passion and excitement for just how cool like flying and aviation could be. But it was very much like, okay, one semester was FAA private pilot ground school kind of stuff. So really just starting from there, and then with the end goal being to go take that 50-question FAA exam at the end of it and pass at least the ground portion. And so a lot of the courses were structured that way. There was an instrument course very much along the same lines. So kind of taking what the FAA requires of those things and what a flight school would really provide, and then bringing that into the high school curriculum, which was amazing. I went to the Air Force Academy, and so just kind of continued. I didn't think I wanted anything to do with the military, but was really lucky to have the opportunity and to pursue that and explore that career path. And then obviously give back in some form of service as well, which has been amazing. And so I went to the Air Force Academy and was just had just continuing exposure to flying and what the Air Force does and their involvement there and all the different career paths that you could take that are involved with aviation. I think that's something that I learned early on was you don't just have to be a pilot to be involved in this kind of stuff. There are all kinds of ways to integrate with the community in aviation and flying and to still play an active role there. I went on after graduating to combat systems officer training, which is in Pensacola, Florida. And then from there, now I'm in a weapons systems officer on the F-15E, the Strike Eagle variant. And that's been incredible. So it's like still being involved, not as a pilot, but like involved in the community and getting to go through training and then do all these really cool things from there. So this was a thank you note I sent to the first teacher I had that really was a mentorship in aviation for me. It was Mr. R is what we all called him, and he was the guy that came with a vision to the school district to start an aviation program at the high school, and then also encourage us to become part of it and provide us the resources and mentorship to continue pursuing those dreams. I said, "Dear Mr. R, I've been meaning to send this to you for a while now. Just over 2 years ago, when I accepted an appointment to the Air Force Academy, there were two things I knew. One, that I was agreeing to join the military, and two, more importantly, they had a flying team. There's a whole list of things I should have done more research on, including what basic training would be like and potential career choices down the road. But I focused most of my questions on learning about the flying team and how to get on it. It was a long 6-month tryout process, but now I find myself humbled to be one of the 9 cadets in my class to have had the opportunity to be in the most advanced airmanship program at USAFA. I'm sending you one of our team patches because it is the most sincere thank you I can possibly give. Without your enthusiasm, vision, and mentorship, I would not be able to wear that patch on my shoulder of my flight suit. Thanks to you, I will never forget the sky is a good place to start.